Hello, everybody. I am Luna. Welcome to my channel. This is Luna and Friends, where we discuss spirituality, mind, body, and soul alignment, and basically anything about living on planet Earth. So today I have a very good friend of mine. Her name is Maria, and I will let her introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Maria Paloma, and I am really an educator at heart. I am passionate about elevating others to be the best version of themselves. I am currently a full-time dual language educator on the north side of Chicago, actually the north suburbs, by day, and by night, I am a financial professional. So I am in the process of retiring from the classroom and moving into the financial literacy classroom. So I'm very excited about that. I am a contributing author to Today's Inspired Latina. If any of you know, there have been 10 volumes, and I am in volume 10. And I am also looking to be a leadership coach. I have been a mentor within the Fig Factor Foundation, as well as the WISE group for women. And I'm also on the board of PG31. So I'm just plugging in some of those organizations because they're wonderful organizations to, again, mentor young women. And I'm also yoga certified. I'm a 200-hour yoga certified instructor, and I love to do that part-time as well. But my team's philosophy and mission is no family left behind with regard to financial literacy. So I'm very excited.
Thank you so much for being here. You have so much under your belt. That just sounds amazing. You just sound very educated and very much connected to the earth, which is great. And then you also have your yoga certification, which helps, body, mind, and spirit alignment. So that's great.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us. One of the things is with the divine feminine energy is we're very compassionate, we're very dreamy, we're very so much into the spirit world. But however, having that financial stability in the material world seems to be like a big block within us. And I know that's how we balance our masculine and feminine energy, is being able to actually live here in the earth. And I know for me, I've had jobs, it's just money management just seems to be one of the biggest struggles that I personally have. And I'm sure so many other divine feminine energy can definitely relate to this.
Oh my goodness, yes. So I delved a little bit into that thinking, of the feminine and the masculine, and I do believe that, even in the financial realm, money is energy, and definitely it's how do we manage that, literally manage the energy and manage our finances, right? So with respect to the female, yes, I do agree that maybe we are more of that feely person, compassionate. But in all honesty, the circles that I'm in most recently, I would say in the last, 7 to 10 years, I've been surrounded by very driven, uh, very literate women who are very passionate about learning and about helping other women. And finances is a huge thing, because whatever realm you're in, whether you are a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a part-time employee, whether you are in corporate America or an entrepreneur, finances are a huge deal, right? When you're a stay-at-home mom, you are the CEO of your home. You make all of the decisions, do we not? Even if we do have a partner, and whether we're married or not, and we have a partner and we share in the finances, I truly believe the majority of households are run by women. And I'm sure that we can find some statistics on that. But women are the main financial decision makers within the home. And you will find literature and statistics that say when a woman is well educated, well knowledgeable, filled with knowledge, the whole family benefits from that. So I mean, that's not to say that if you are college educated, you can't, or high school educated, you can't do this. It's really just having access to that information. college is not for everybody. I'm not even saying that at all, because I have run into plenty of people who maybe even dropped out of high school, who don't have a high school degree, don't have a college degree, and are super successful. Why? Because they have found the resources, found the knowledge, and have become driven enough to change the trajectory of their lives, you know? And it is a matter of stepping out of that comfort zone and really taking hold of this, not being fearful of it. When we say money has energy, I feel a lot of times we don't want to deal with it. It's like, let my partner deal with it, right? I'll take care of the kids. You you go and pay the bills, you know? But really, when you as a woman take hold of that, wonderful things happen. So yes, I agree with what you're saying, but to be very honest with you, the people that I've been surrounding myself with very lately are really women that have taken a stand and taken power of that, and really taking power of their lives. And finances has always been a huge game changer for them. So.
It definitely is. And one of the things I know, even with me, like, it's like, oh, we don't care about making money. It's about helping people and doing things from your heart. But realistically, we live in a society where money is a necessity. We need money to eat, we need money to live, we got to buy clothing, things like that. And that's just survival. That's not even going into thriving and wanting more and creating businesses. As an entrepreneur, I have to struggle with, like, do I buy something for my children? Do I buy something for me? Do I pay a bill, or do I buy more products? Like,
Mhm.
it's really about putting priorities. And this is kind of where I'm at as a business owner, is what is my highest priorities? What do I need the most? And
Yes.
what sacrifices am I going to have to make in order for me to take what I need and utilize it?
Absolutely. And you bring up some really great points. And what I've learned is that even us as women or men, that run a household, and we also run a business, perhaps, we should be running our households and our lives like a business. I mean, you just brought up some great points. How do businesses run their business? They have a business plan, right? They have a budget. They plan out either quarterly or annually what are their expenses, projected expenses, going to be, and how are they going to make money? Are they going to break even, or are they going to make money? And so if we run our lives and our households the same way, we can do it. It's a matter of habits, like you just said. Budgeting, that's requiring priorities, right? That is, if you were to, even any of our audience here right now, if you are looking to do this, take a hold of your finances, start with a budget, and start even with the most minute expense you have. What is the one thing you spend on a regular basis that costs you $1? Maybe it's, taking the public transportation, right? So even down to that penny, budgeting yourself throughout the month, looking to see exactly where all of your money's going, you will see, where is it that you can cut corners? Where is it that you prioritize? And then how much are we going to be saving, spending, and probably, also tithing, or moving towards a bigger goal, like an entrepreneur, endeavor, or a big purchase, right? A car, a home, for college savings for our children, maybe college savings for ourselves, right? So what are those goals that you have? Break it down into smaller parts, and how do I get there? But really, it's being honest and really looking to see, where is my money going? Because if you get your paycheck every week, or every bi-weekly, and all of a sudden you're like, my goodness, I have no money. Where did my money go? Right? Sometimes we do that. And it's not to shame you or make you feel bad. It's just that we don't think that way. And if we run our households and our lives like a business, because businesses are out there to make money, right? And unfortunately, many of them are not doing too well these days. And some of it is the economy, some of it is a little bit of mismanagement, right? And so if we look at ourselves that way, just creating those habits, sustaining the habits, and really, like you said, prioritizing what is necessary and what can we put on the back burner and hold off, not spending it. And what is that ultimately that goal? Is it that big purchase? Is it to travel? Is it to give my kids, a nice vacation? Or simply just pay the bills so that they can go to school? What is it? What is it going to be like that? Everybody's different, right? So you need to sit down and do that for yourself.
I think one of the things, even because with me, I do a lot of, basically trying to learn how to not manifest your life, but because I know that there's so much more to life, so much more. And obviously, like we said, money is an energy. We need money. Money's our friend, right? So we can manifest or say, I'm a millionaire. My friend, she said, she made a post about how she has her husband, and before she would pray and say how she wanted to be prepared to be a wife, right? So I was like, you know what, let me try this, because I want to be a husband. But I think that, like what you said about how have the spouse, like have the husband, you make the money and I'll just do whatever I want to do. So, like in a way, I was kind of like, all right, we're gonna make this work, right? So I'm like, prepare me to be a wife. And then things started falling into place. And I'm literally like, lately, I've just been cooking and cleaning and doing like all the things that I love to do and that I was doing when I was a wife. And now I'm doing more of that, spending more time with the kids. I'm prioritizing and balancing my business. So now here's the thing. I switched it. I'm like, okay, thank you. Now I know that I'm being prepared for a wife.
Yes.
I said, God, prepare me to be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now I'm going into financial literacy. I'm thinking more. I'm thinking of new ways where I can get revenue for the services that I have to offer, and ways that I can do more and help the collective even more without I keep kind of going back to like, maybe I just need a job, but then I spend so much time trying to fill out applications or even search who is hiring and make these connections, and then go on the interviews and I don't get the job. And then I get a call about like a workshop or an opportunity for like a big candle order. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to keep pushing through and kind of like, instead of saying and putting my attention into finding a job, I'm going to continue by what can I do? How can I create abundance in my life and opportunities where I can create my own generational wealth? And so the more that I just say, help me prepare to be a millionaire, I think it's working for me.
Absolutely. So definitely I believe in that. I believe in, you manifest it, you put it out into the universe and it will come back to you. But there's got to be a work. There's got to be a work on your end, right? So I believe we are mirrors. So we attract what we are, right? So if you are doing all those things, you are going to attract a wonderful, partner that's looking for a wife that's organized and likes to clean, right? But if we want to be a millionaire, if we want to be the CEO of our company and of our life, then we need to start acting that way as well. So what does a CEO do, and how does a CEO behave? So if we get up in the morning and we kind of just throw on a t-shirt and flip-flops and shorts, and that's how we spend 5 days a week, how many CEOs do you see walking around like that? Right? So really present yourself as such, you know, get yourself up every day, start your routine, whatever that may be. Maybe it's that quiet time in the morning, the journaling, because any book you read by any professional, any inspirational person, any motivator, they have their routines. They read, they fill themselves with knowledge, they have the quiet time, they meditate, they exercise, they take care of their bodies, they do all of those things in addition to their business, right? And so then that is the kind of energy that you carry yourself with, and that is what you attract, right? So now you're attracting CEO or like-minded people that are now maybe pouring into you and sharing their knowledge and showing you the ropes about how to grow your candle business or how to do XYZ thing that you're interested in. So definitely it is something that we can manifest, but it's like we got to do our part as well. So I totally believe that.
Definitely. And as you going back to what you were saying about how we can run our lives as a business, the thing that I'm going through is starting to track my sales, my inventory, things.
Absolutely.
And so when you said that, I kind of get it. Like even now, like I'm like, oh, we ran out of like toilet paper. And I had to go and get laundry soap. And I'm like, okay, so it's gonna map out to this long. And so we should,
Yes.
as long as we're not excessive and we take what we need and when we need it. And so that definitely is a great mindset to have for your house.
Yes, for sure. And it can get cumbersome. You're like, oh, I don't want to be tracking every little thing. But if you have a system, now we have technology, we have spreadsheets and Word documents and everything that we can throw things in, and maybe we just tweak it every couple of weeks or on a monthly basis, go back and see how we did. I mean, I no longer keep a paper checkbook. It's all online. I do have a spreadsheet where I track my spending. And so that just helps me, I do look at my checking account and I compare that to my spreadsheet, but I'm able to see where am I going to be 3 months from now and what do I need to do in order to stay in the black, not end up in the red. And so definitely with regard to my business, is what does that mean? Like how many calls do I have to make a day? How many people do I have to contact? How many sales do I need to close? And are there events happening? Am I going to have an expense for that event? Am I going to have to drive? Am I going to have to fly? Like so many other things that come into play that I can just plug into the spreadsheet and say, is this going to be feasible? Or is this something I have to pass on because, I'm not going to be able to do it? So definitely use technology for your benefit and definitely track all of that. And this way you're able to forecast,
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the things as a lot of us entrepreneurs, because I'm in the entrepreneur cycle, I hang out with them and, I talk to a lot of people. And so I think it's that inconsistent cash flow that kind of gets us where, we'll do a pop-up. Some days we do great, some days we don't. A lot of us, we do have to have supplemental income with a job and things. And I know with me, as much as I try, I feel like it kind of bounces off with what I'm trying to do. Because with the job, it's like so set, you have to be there, and then it's like I'll do my business work and then I go and get my kids, and then it's like, okay, then it's about them. So now I try to focus because I already know when I get them, if I try to do anything, I don't have that full capacity because I call them, they're like basically energy vampires. So I'm setting my boundaries, like, sometimes I have work, some days I can attend to you, some days I can't. So sometimes it gets a little chaotic, but we're
Yes.
building a team. But it's like if I was to have a job, I would be missing out on that time that I have with them. So I'm trying, with the time management and doing as much as I can during the time when they're at school or the time that they're elsewhere and not in my care, where I can go and do whatever I can and be super great. And then I catch myself lately, I've been so tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
No,
I know always like on the go and always taking it.
I am, all of us in the company that I'm with, we are entrepreneurs, right? So we definitely have that. We are also moms, we have kids, we have that experience that you just described. We want to spend time with our children. But it's a huge shift And we do have a lot of people in our company that started part-time. They were in that 9 to 5, right? And then they started our business part-time, and they have shifted over to full-time. They've left, whether it's a corporate job or a job somewhere else, and they've shifted to full-time being financial professionals. And it's a huge shift, right? Because you go from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. And when you are in that employee mindset, you kind of are waiting for somebody to tell you to do things, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, right? You kind of have your routine, you go to work 9 to 5, you're off on weekends. Well, now that you are an entrepreneur and a CEO, you will make your own schedule. So you have to be very disciplined, exactly what you just said. You have to set up your calendar, your daily calendar. What are you doing daily, minute by minute, hour by hour? How much of your time is spent on that money-making activity? What is that money-making activity? Is it going out looking for workshop opportunities? Is it looking for vendors that give you better pricing? I don't know what it is for you as in your space, but it's that money-making activity. Then there's that time that you have to dedicate to your home. And then there's that time for your family, right? So as an entrepreneur in our business, we have that flexibility, and it's amazing that because we then create passive income. So that's the beauty of our business, is that we build a team, just like all companies do. You build a team, and then we help each other grow, right? So as I build my team, I am training them, I am helping them learn the business, learn the providers, learn the products, so that they can grow their own business. So at the same time they're growing, I'm growing. So I want them to succeed, right? Because then that means I will succeed. So when they succeed, I succeed. When they succeed, that means that they're growing their own team too. So when I'm teaching them to grow a team, they go ahead and do the same thing themselves. So now we are creating this passive income with this team that we are growing. And so some people go, oh yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to grow a team. Well, then if you're a one-man team, then you are going to be having to struggle with that. All of those things you just described. So it's really up to you. What is it that you want to create? And what kind of life do you want to create for yourself and your family, right? So is it this time freedom that you're looking for? Or is it just making money? Or is it just the activity itself that you enjoy, right? So I'm really looking for that time freedom. Of course, I want to be making the money because, like you said, good things come from money too, right? I'm able to provide for my family, but I'm also able to potentially provide for a charity that I'm able to volunteer and provide for a charity, or maybe my church, right? But I'm also helping all of these business owners grow their business, and I'm changing their lives as well, and their families' lives. And I'm teaching them to change other people's lives. So really it's what kind of business do you want to be in? That's going to depend on what is it that you want to become in 5 years or in 10 years. What kind of a person do you want to be? And then what kind of impact do you want to have on others?
Definitely. I know for me, I do like this. I like where I go, I'm able to do whatever I have to do, and then I can go pick up the kids. I like making dinner. My schedule, I'm even like a softball coach, which I absolutely love.
Yes,
I love
that's
soccer.
awesome. Mm-hmm.
And I get stipend for it, and I'm excited for that. And those are things that I like to do, and I would like to do more of it. And I do know that time management is a big thing. And I know that this is a big transition, and it's a big mind shift and a mindset too. So like you said, definitely as an entrepreneur, you have to be disciplined. You have to wake up and say, I'm gonna make money today.
Yes.
And otherwise you're not. And you have to know that even me, I'm planning workshops that are they're not um basically it's for community based. So
Hmm.
they're free. I do accept offerings or donations. Um, However, I'm planning these and putting a lot of effort into it. So eventually they will one day turn into that passive income. where I will be able to have my own workshops and have my own online things, and I'm building it and I'm creating it. So I do have to have these struggles, and I do hope for this big breakthrough to come soon so that I don't have to feel struggling with my.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's other platforms for the things that you make. I mean, there's online platforms. There's shops that also sell things on consignment. Maybe it's just doing a little bit of research with regard to that, where maybe, you can supply a small shop, in your neighborhood or in some area. And then that's a recurring order, right? That you can have, that is gonna come your way. And and that requires you doing some footwork, like getting out in the community and finding out, are there small businesses that'll carry your product? Maybe it's looking at that type of branching out in your business that way.
Yeah, definitely. So before we leave, one more question. As a growing business, when it comes to receiving a large sum of money, where do you feel would be the best route to begin?
You mean like a small business grant or something like that?
A grant or a loan,
Mhm.
or do you feel like sponsorships, things like that? Where do you think would be the best to really start in the society that we have now with, someone like me, someone who already has a business but they need extra cash, and obviously they
Yeah.
have credit issues and they don't have a job and things like that.
Mhm.
So
So our company helps with credit repair. We do some credit consolidation. We do partner with a company that helps with that. But with regard to small business loans, I know the city of Chicago does a lot to help small businesses, especially Latina and women-owned businesses. Definitely, I would urge you to look into that. I can do a little bit of research and then maybe share later with you so that you can share with your audience. But there's definitely of grants and money available out there for small businesses, because they do want to encourage people to go into that space. I was just at a summit recently at Malcolm X College, and there were a lot of government people or agencies, people representing these agencies that help small businesses. So it was great to hear that there is those resources available out there. So definitely, I'll share that with the group here. Maybe you can share in the comments or when you send it out.
yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for that. And thank you again, Maria, for joining us today. And remind everybody how they can find you on your social medias.
Yes, absolutely. I am on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, I think I'm Maria GH Paloma. On Facebook, I'm Maria Herrera Paloma. And you can even find me at www.mariapaloma.com. Very easy. And I am a financial professional. I'd be happy to sit down with you. We do offer free workshops to individuals and small community organizations and small businesses too. So we help you from everything, from saving to budgeting to planning for your retirement, college savings for your kids. And we do offer a 6-month free coaching program that we, ask you to join because, we know the need is out there and we want to help you. And yeah, it's just, we're asking you to be honest and vulnerable with yourself, because we want you to be successful. So
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. And if you would like to book a session with me, have a little one-on-one counseling session, or buy any of our products, feel free to check us out. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, Luna's Enlightenment, and our email, lunasenlightenment@gmail.com. So yeah, so thank you so much and have a great day.
okay,
Bye.
good night, everyone, and thank you, Luna.
Thank you.